Hello and welcome back to our channel Home Buying in Colorado. My name is Danielle Harvey and I am a realtor with Coldwell Realty.
And I'm Nicole Goyette, a loan originator with Aspen Home Mortgage.
And although we are coming at you from the holiday season, this content applies year-round. So in a previous video, we talked about why a lender puts so much emphasis on your credit score and why it matters. And say I've taken your advice and I've gone to Credit Karma or I've looked at my credit card bill and I've realized, oh my goodness, my credit score is probably less than ideal. What can I do?
So the first thing you want to do is you want to look at that credit report that either Credit Karma or your free credit report has provided for you. You want to look at all of the lines of credit that are currently showing as active and what your balances are on each line of credit, as well as what your repayment history is on those.
So what actionable steps can I take if I am in default on, say, like my student loans or something like that?
Yeah, so in terms of your federal student loans, that's where you want to start in terms of priority. If you are in a position of being in default on your student loans, I'm going to advise you to pick up the phone and call the customer service line for your student loan company. You want to make sure that you are on a repayment plan that is something you can actually afford each month. And nowadays, there's some increased flexibility in a lender being willing to work with you and modify your monthly repayments so that it is something that you can keep up with. You also want to ask the question of whether you're current on your account and what needs to be done in order for you to become current. It's possible that you will need to pay a small chunk of change in order to reestablish yourself as being current. And if that's the case, then you want to make sure that you're budgeting and building up that nest egg of money that you'll then turn over to the loan company to be able to be current. What we're looking for in terms of elevating your credit score is for you to make 3 consecutive on-time payments. So think about a 90-day span of time where you are reestablishing your credit worthiness with your student loans. Once you've hit that 3-month repayment, then you are back to a healthy point, and from there your credit score is just going to improve with each additional month you pay on time.
Are there any actionable steps you can take if you have discovered, oh wow, I have a very high balance on my credit cards?
Yeah, so again, we are trying to narrow down the number of lines of credit that you are carrying balances on. So you can have a couple of different strategies for this. Let's say that you have a credit card that you opened as a high school or a college student that you're carrying a $500 balance on. Pay that card off and be done with it and never use it again. I want you to cut that card up and throw it in the trash and forget about it. But what you don't want to do is call the company and close that credit card. Part of your credit score is a representation of how long in your life you have been carrying lines of credit. So many times that high school or college credit card is the one you've had for 10, 15, or 20 years. You want to keep that active, but not put yourself in a position to charge any money on it. Once you've taken care of that low-hanging fruit, as I like to call it, and narrowed down the number of cards that have high balances, you want to focus on your highest interest rate. So I want you to actually go through and look at every charge card that you have and what the interest rate is for any balances that you are carrying. You want to start with your highest interest rates first and pay those down. And when you get to a point where you are carrying 1/3 of the limit on that credit card, you want to start diversifying and paying off different cards. So again, your credit score is going to be improved when any line of credit that you have open is less than 1/3 of the charged limit that you carry.
That's really great advice and a great starting point, Nicole. If you ever want to sit down with Nicole or I and you just want to chat about kind of what should I be doing or like, can you guide me, give me advice, you can always give us a call or email us and set up a time to meet with us. Our information is in the description of this video. So in a future video, Nicole and I are going to discuss why this credit score thing matters so much when it comes time to discussing things like how is this credit score going to impact my mortgage insurance? And how is this credit score going to impact the interest rate I'm being given by a lender? So we hope to see you there. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.